through the years. They call my name in the black and dark. Now Shire's reign leaves its mark from the world above. They fall to me through endless realms. I set them free. Keeper of souls, elven dread. My throne forged in shades of red. I am the keeper, the one who remains through life and death, through pleasure and pain. Metal veins and iron will, in the depths I linger still. An ancient god reborn remain, bound to shadows unafraid. Rise from the void and flame, a god reborn, never the same. Electric pulse in rhythm and sound, bound to the earth, yet unbound. Keeper of shadows, ruler of none, eternal watch till all are one. From life to death, through endless flight, I hold the souls within my sight. Rise from the poles below, ancient echoes in the afterglow. Once a god, now bound by fate, in shadows deep I lie and wait. Elven blood, dark cast the night, in realms unseen I hold the light. Soul stripped by, lost and cold, in my hands the story is told. Elven blood, dark cast the night, in realms unseen I hold the light. Soul stripped by, lost and cold, in my hands the story's told. I am the keeper, the one who remains through life and death, through pleasure and pain. Metal veins and iron will, in the depths I linger still. An ancient god reborn remain, bound to shadows unafraid. Rust and echoes, wires and gears, silent witness through the years. They call my name in the black and dark. Now Shire's reign leaves its mark from the world above. They fall to me through endless realms. I set them free. Keeper of souls, elven dread. My throne forged in shades of red. I am the keeper, the one who remains through life and death, through pleasure and pain. Metal veins and iron will, in the depths I linger still. An ancient god reborn remain, bound to shadows unafraid. Rise from the void and flame, a god reborn, never the same. Electric pulse in rhythm and sound, bound to the earth, yet unbound. Keeper of shadows, ruler of none, eternal watch till all are one. From life to death, through endless flight, I hold the souls within my sight. marked from the world above. They fall to me through endless realms. I set them free. Keeper of souls, elven dread. My throne forged in shades of red. I am the keeper, the one who remains through life and death, through pleasure and pain. Metal veins and iron will, in the depths I linger still. An ancient god reborn remain, bound to shadows unafraid. Rise, rise from the void and flame, a god reborn, never the same. Electric pulse in rhythm and sound, bound to the earth, yet unbound. Keeper of shadows, ruler of none, eternal watch till all are one. From life to death, through endless flight, I hold the souls within my sight. Whispers rise from the bones below, ancient echoes in the afterglow. Once a god, now bound by fate, in shadows deep I lie and wait. Elven blood, dark cast the night, in realms unseen I hold the light. Soul ship by, lost and cold, in my hands the story is told. Elven blood, dark cast the night, in realms unseen I hold the light. Soul ship by, lost and cold, in my hands the story's told. I am the keeper, the one who remains through life and death, through pleasure and pain. Metal veins and iron will, in the depths I linger still. An ancient god reborn remain, bound to shadows unafraid. Rust and echoes, wires and gears, silent witness through the years. They call my name in the blackened dark. Now Shire's reign leaves its mark from the world above. They fall to me through endless realms. I set them free. Keeper of souls, elven dread. My throne forged in shades of red. I am the keeper, the one who remains through life and death, through pleasure and pain. Metal veins and iron will, in the depths I linger still. An ancient god reborn remain, bound to shadows unafraid. Rise, rise from the void and flame, a god reborn, never the same. Electric pulse in rhythm and sound, bound to the earth, yet unbound. Keeper of shadows, ruler of none, eternal watch till all are one. From life to death, through endless flight, I hold the souls within my sight.
Hello and welcome, everybody. We are halfway through the week, so cheers to that. Got ourselves on a nice Wednesday here. I was actually worried a little bit earlier. We had thunderstorm warnings for the area, much like we did yesterday, but seems to have left us alone, so fuck it. We're good. Oh, all right. Is there anything I want to touch base on? Not really. Yeah, no, nothing really comes to mind. I mean, other than the slight schedule update for Friday being an hour early than what I posted. Yeah. I might throw out an extra stream at some point over the weekend. We'll see. Your weekend, my one day off. I'm only off on Saturday, so we'll see. I may throw something together real quick because I kind of want to make up for the Sunday that I missed out on because I was just super tired and, getting through a bit more SD Gundam. I am about halfway or just over halfway through Seed Destiny, so... And frankly, the sooner I can get through that, the better. Because... Fuck Shin. I hate that guy. I hate that guy so much. But I mean, anyone who was there that was paying attention to some of the stuff that I was saying about Seed Destiny would probably figure out fairly quickly that as much as I complain about it, I don't hate it. But at the same time, I'm also upset because it had so much potential. And it just did not live up to that potential. Like part of the problem with Seed Destiny and Gundam Seed as well, to be entirely frank about it, is that they were trying to use both of them as a reboot to the original series. And they started out so well in Gundam Seed. And then they went right off the fucking rails. And Seed Destiny, you could tell that they were trying again to start out with Gundam Zeta vibes. And you see it throughout the entirety, but they missed the mark so many times. I mean, honestly, I just felt like the writing was like in the anime series were just super trite. And like they were trying to do the same things in Gundam and Gundam Zeta with Seed and Seed Destiny, but the problem is I felt like the writers behind those two series just didn't understand why it worked so well in the original series. Like they just did not have that understanding. And yeah, I would say they're probably among the worst of the Gundam series. I'm not going to call them the worst, but they definitely have some of the worst characters for sure. But as you can probably tell, I get so bent out of shape because I know they had potential to be so much better than they were. As you can tell, I could rant about this. I could actually honestly spend the entire stream just fucking ranting about this. But I'm not gonna, because we're all here for Final Fantasy tonight. So, without further ado, let us get into Final Fantasy XIV and carry on from where we left off. Alright, so... what quests did I actually have? Oh shit, no, I had to go into the Rising Stones. I think. No, off to Thanlin, off to Horizon. Alright. Also, hopefully this weekend, I will get the final seal of approval on the story that I had written. And I will be sharing that on Discord when that comes out, so that'll be good times. It is definitely a very lore-oriented story, and the reason why it's taken as long as it has, first off, is I try not to rush my writing, but also I've needed input from my friend Ray. There we go. Because it involves her character as well. And I just wanted to make sure that the characterization was accurate to how she saw herself as her VTuber avatar. And according to her, I got it about 80% of the way there, so I'll take that as a win. But I got some feedback from her, and let's actually do this while I'm here. And we're definitely, with her input, I cleaned up a lot of the dialogue and a lot of the descriptions to more match the way her character would respond. So that last, 10-20%, definitely needed a little bit of help from her on. So I'm just waiting for her seal of approval, and then after that I'll be sharing it to the community. Interesting. So, they're not finding any crystals, even though they know they've been being taken.
Now then. Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
So Leviathan is still a primal I have to fight.
Indeed. I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Oh, this part. I like this part. meeting some of the best characters.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
He braided he is a solitary flash of insight. Yeah, because I've got Ramu to fight and Leviathan to fight and Shiva. I think those are the only 3 primals that are left. It wouldn't be the first time someone within the Brass Blades was doing a little bit of a side hustle. You stole it in Miner's outfit. Alright, yeah, I have to go here. Go, Battle Chicken! You stole her mining outfit. She's always cute no matter what. Sea wolves. That means we're probably going to have to go deal with Leviathan soon. Do 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 do. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to turn this in while I'm here. Just to get it off my list. I hear the ice cream truck outside. Do 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 do. You know, I'm curious. When I do my next break from Final Fantasy XIV, how many people would be interested in watching me play Star Ocean's Second Story R? The re-release that they have? I love Star Ocean, but it's kind of one of those things where if people aren't super interested in it, it kind of makes it hard to actually stream it. I mean, I say that, and I'm also streaming SD Gundam and fucking Super Rebel Wars, and I know those are super niche, and not a lot of people are interested in. So, you know. You might try to look a little disappointed. Are you, or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Nod. Do you know what? Give me a second. I'm going to actually hop into Discord real quick, because Devin should, in theory, be showing up later. I'm saying in theory because I know he had just news to share. So, Mother of Exiles.
I'm hijacking the stream.
Good, there you are. I actually just popped into Discord being like, you know what, I know Devin's got something to say, I wonder where he is. So there's the man himself, with his news for anyone who is interested in being kept abreast of what has been going on.
Hold on just a second, dude.
Yep.
Say something.
Something.
There we go, much better. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was just letting everyone know that you are here to share news. So,
Oh, yes. The news.
Yep.
So, went to the doctor today, got checked out, and all that good crap. I don't have cancer. I'm good. 100% straight.
Which is amazing. Fucking yes.
Yep. I'm satisfied with the outcome. I mean, damn.
I mean, well, to be fair, how could you not be? I mean, if you weren't satisfied with that outcome, I would have some serious questions for you.
That's when you start playing that song, Dumb Ways to Die, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do there. How you fix that? But no, he gave me 3 injections in my foot, which I felt none of, and I literally felt nothing through the whole process.
Which is pretty fucking awesome, if you ask me.
Yeah, I wasn't bitching about it.
No, why would you?
Well, I told him, I'm like, Doc, I got neuropathy. I can't really feel my feet. He's like, we'll find out. Because he said, like, normally with those 3 shots, he's done this countless times before. He said, normally people are screeching at the top of their lungs and doing all they can to get away. So he's like, you ready? I'm like, yeah. So I'm just sitting there chilling, and he keeps poking around. I'm laying like kind of reclined.
Mm-hmm.
Got my knee in the air, and he's kind of hiding behind my knee because I've got my foot flat on the little table at the end of the, little examination chair or whatever. And he keeps peeking around my knee, looking at me. He's like, yeah, you really can't feel anything. He said, I'm done, and you didn't move. I'm like, what, you think I was lying to you?
He's probably just surprised. Because he's probably had people tell him that before.
Yeah, I meant it when I said it.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have a half orange foot from the iodine.
Well, I mean, if that's the worst you get to walk away from that way.
Yeah, but you really can't bitch, right? But no, I am A-okay. You ladies and gents are stuck with my ass for a while longer. Sorry. You'll not be rid of me that easy.
I'm not quite sure why you're apologizing.
I'll not be taken out by a toad, damn it.
You say that now. You say that now.
Like, apparently, the toenail was quote-unquote barely hanging on, so apparently I'll just wang the ever-loving hell out of it and didn't feel it.
See, you remember what I said to you the first time when you showed me that picture?
That's the same thing.
That's exactly what I said.
Well, I was like, there's no way I could have done that. Surely I'd have felt something, right? Like, surely. And don't call me Shirley, I know. But anyway. Yeah, like, there's already a new nail growing, dude. Just that's how jacked it is.
Well, hey, you know what? At least that question's been answered, and there are.
I had some growth. There was like a growth or two under my arm. I say growth or two. There was like several spots under my arm where I had to have like describe it.
Skin tags?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm disorder, but not really. But anyway, I had to have them removed. So I'm sitting there just kind of chilling. I had to get a fucking shot in every single one of them, and that includes in the armpit, right?
Oh.
So I got like 15 shots in the fucking armpit. That was, yeah, that's being very mild.
Okay, no, allow me to correct myself on that one, because, I mean, the nice thing is skin tags themselves, not cancerous. They're not a tumor. It's just your skin has decided to go fuck you. But
yeah, and the bad part is they can get inflamed and they hurt like hell.
Yep. But I can imagine how bad that feels. I actually can actively imagine that. Oh,
I'm not done.
Oh, geez.
After all the shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said they may or may not work. I'm like, okay, cool. It worked on like 3 out of 20.
Ugh.
The pain was real, buddy. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I believe it.
So now here I sit with like an armpit full of stitches.
But you're still here.
Yeah, I'm still kicking in some form or fashion.
Some may consider that a curse. Others may consider it a blessing.
I will leave that decision up to you. Make your own decision about it, and roll with it. Either way, I don't care.
I've been stuck with you for 11 years. What's another 11?
It's 11 fucking years what it is.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary.
But
in
no,
these
man, I
lands.
was quite pleased with the result of today.
As you should be.
It's starting to ache a little bit, but I mean,
Yeah, but that's because all the numbing agent has finally worn off.
yeah, it's lightning bolts through the toe up to the ass cheek. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Aye. Lying within Othard,
I mean,
Doma was under the dominion of
I
the
crushed
Roman Empire.
I crushed my
As I'm
big
sure you're
toenail a
aware.
number of years ago underneath a steel fire door.
Oh, that's
So-
fun.
So I know exactly the pain that you're describing.
I crushed my between it was my thumb on my left hand. And I crushed it between a brick wall and a stove that we were removing. And man, dude, we were hoofing it too.
Mm,
We were moving, and
yep, I can imagine.
needless to say, I was like, "Fuck your stove," and dropped it.
Yeah. No, I could. I would be.
It was all like I told the dude, "Hey, slow down a little bit. I'm gonna hit this brick wall." No, man, you got it. Squish.
Fucking told you.
I'm just like, I'm finna knock the dreadlocks out your fucking head, dude.
When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald,
It was my buddy
we aspired an
Polo.
opportunity to free
I worked for him
ourselves
for a
from
while.
the yoke
He's
of
cool,
imperial
dude.
oppression
He was
and took
alright.
up arms.
Told him I was gonna choke his ass out with his own
Crushed.
dreads.
And so I gathered what few Domas
Well, honestly,
escaped the reckoning
after that,
and guided
it's
them
I'd say
hither to our
earned.
shores.
He felt like inch tall. He felt terrible. He's like, dude, he gave me like 2 days off paid. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, he knew what he was asking for at that point in time because it's like, yeah,
I mean, excuse me. No, it was great, but it sucked ass at the same time, you know?
Mhm.
Just one of those things. It was alright. Hell, nail fell off, new one grew back. Yay.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor...
Go
Forgive
get
me.
the fingernail,
You
you
said
know?
that Doma was under Imperial rule, did
So,
you not?
yeah, but anyway. I'm just fine.
Fantastic. Guess who I've finally met, if you're not actually looking at the stream right now.
I'm not.
You giddy.
Doma
What'd you say, Paul?
You geary.
raised to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
My favorite.
Yeah, how could you not like you? Yugiiri's fucking awesome.
She is. There's only one person more awesome than her, and I will not say the name because I don't know if you've met this person yet.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
You know who I'm talking about.
You could be talking about two different people, but yeah, we'll go with 2, 3. No, 3. You could be talking about 3 different people that I can think of.
Oh, Rod, Katana.
Oh, yeah.
Prayer bead, straw hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
12 have mercy. And your people.
Oh, man.
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay.
But no, I just wanted to pop in and let everybody know I'm alright.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you did. That's the main reason I decided to hop into Discord, because like I know Davin's going to be lurking at some point. So,
Well, I was kind of dozing off, to be honest with you, and my phone was like, ding! I'm like, oh yeah.
it's time.
Or akin to
I
those
was
who
like, oh, I'm late to the party. Very well.
To do so.
Yeah,
But, yeah, I'm right on time according to my time, you know.
Yep, you always end up arriving exactly when you intend to.
Summarily refused.
That's right. I'm never late because I'm always just in time. But yeah, man, I'm all right.
Are not wont
Excellent.
to entertain
No
foreign
kidding.
refugees
You
without
sound like you're ready to go
suitable
pass out, though.
Dude, I did not sleep at all last night.
No shit.
None. And we got in, and my mom was here, keeping an eye on Gabriel for us. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go take me a nap. Yeah, okay.
Mayhap I was foolish to
That
expect
worked.
otherwise. But our supplies run
But no,
low,
I
and
want
we
to
have
take a
young
minute
ones
and
in
on a
urgent
serious
need
note,
of
I want to
care.
thank everybody that if you bothered to say a prayer or check in on me or anything else or even thought about me during this whole crap, I really appreciate it. I truly do.
Yeah, it is one of the blessings of having a community that knows you, man.
God, unfortunate bastards.
Hey,
I
Mythical,
see
how's it going?
tents outside the gates, however. We are not the
I can't
first
see you,
this
Mythical,
time,
but what up,
nor will
dog?
we be the last.
How you hammer hanging there, homie?
Be that as it may, Ul'dah
Yeah.
is no friend to Garlemald. Your
But
tale
nah,
would
like
stir
I
the
said,
hearts of many
seriously,
men and women here.
I really appreciate it, everybody. I really do.
Well, like I said, it's the beauty of having a community that knows you. Is
Yeah.
well, when shit goes down, we're all always there.
Yeah, like I said, it don't matter if it wasn't up, but wonder how that fucker from Millstream is doing. I'll accept it.
It's come up more than once. What can I say?
You know, hey, you know what, bro? Love me, hate me, somewhere in between. I take it all.
The
I
Sultana
don't
and the
care.
Syndicate will not be so easily swayed. But I shall see that you are granted an
Even if you love
opportunity
to hate
to
me, I'll
plead your
accept that too.
case.
That's cool too. At least you love something.
As for how us and the homies are doing there, Mythical, we're all doing pretty good.
Yeah, you just missed my old big speech, bro. Sorry. I will be repeating that. All that.
So, the Cole's notes is, we found out Devin, in fact, does not have cancer. Yay!
Yep, I am cancer free.
Now,
And
that also means that we're stuck with him. So whether or not you want to celebrate that, that's another story.
it's a double-edged sword, man. I mean, you really got to walk the line there, you know? One side
This
sharp,
is
one
within
side
your
sharper. The decision is yours. The decision can be yours if the price is
Far
right.
be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of
But
certain
now,
influential
again,
individuals.
I'm going to pop out of here so you can get back to important business, but I just wanted to pop in and tell everybody the news and say thanks and all that good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping in. I'm
Now,
glad you actually let us know.
I'm going to go shoot your stream and roar.
All right.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Yep. Catch you later.
I am in your debt.
Yeah, I'm glad it's the end, nearing the end of my day. So just chilling, playing Final Fantasy 14.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
There he is.
We know this from experience.
I love the reason she keeps her face covered.
We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
You know, I always ask myself, knowing who Yugiri is, what it would have been like for her if they ended up landing in fucking Ishgard instead.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Excellent. I mean, at least in a city like Ul'Dan, not everyone is a sack of shit. Most people are, but not everybody. Do. Any man that can't earn a coin deserves to go hungry. Well, about that. Heard those arguments before. Thank you for the Lurkina. I hope you have a good time with Soul Mask. Okay. Do. I do hate how long this particular period of questing goes in this game. It takes forever. I always forget how tall the male Aura are. Fucking gigantic. But you dress them up in full plate and you give them a great sword, and they're super intimidating. It's amazing. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight when I get the opportunity. It'll be a while, but absolutely going Dark Knight. I was thinking Dragoon for a while there, because I know the Dragoon gear also just looks pretty cool. But I've always been I've always been a tank at heart, so.
I, Ugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself
Where
have
the hell
heard
are
the
these
tale of
alerts
your
coming
misfortune,
from? Hold on.
I would
I'll get back to that in a sec. I need to see what the hell's going on here. Let's see. There. That should silence that.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Because all of a sudden, Discord
For
has just
many
decided to
years,
fucking
my
explode on
nation,
me.
Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty.
Yeah. There we go. That's better.
Alas, our
Hey,
enemy
Gilly, how's it going?
proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
Yeah, I feel that.
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
That's not hard to figure out what the Syndicate would say about something like that. Taking people in?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
Yeah, you would, Teleji. You fucking would.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think.
There's some phrasing that we've heard in recent history.
Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Now, ignoring the rhetoric that Lolorito is using, if you know the lore and you follow everything that's been going on, he is correct. They can basically barely take care of and house the current refugees that they have there now, so taking on more would be difficult at best. Now, on the flip side, as Teleji had also said, there are parts of the city that have yet to be restored, so if they were willing to work, he doesn't see a reason why not. Well, we know the Domans would work.
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Uldar. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
I mean, the way he's speaking, meh. But again, what he is saying, if you have a law in place that you want to enforce for in one instance, you either need a really good reason not to enforce it in another, or you need to enforce it equally. It sucks, but it is the truth.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
I mean, for a businessman, that is definitely a slap to the face.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Which doesn't amount to a bag of dust. Bag of dirt, bag of dust. Yeah, you get the point.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, They see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all.
You know, here's the thing about Lolorito. And the guy's a snake. 100%. But there's also something else about him that people often forget. He's very pragmatic. Now, whether or not you want to think of that as a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Well, depending on what it is, I don't always think it's good. But as you can tell, his pragmatism got him far.
But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Off to the Hall of Flames. Well, Gridania also wouldn't be a place for them to go either because of the elementals. And, well, anyone familiar with how Gridania operates would know that the elementals are finicky at best. Good old Mordona. If you want a place that's free of the city-states, you go there. Go straight to the fucking frontier. Everyone pulls their weight, and everyone gets, and everyone can survive as long as everyone works together. The absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious, yes. The second most obvious being, well, it doesn't have you in it, Teleji. he's actually in the Adventurers Guild. That's right, the Viper is also just an all-around solid class. I do enjoy the Viper. I like how fast it is. Hey, it's can o' paint. Or con no paint. I gotta give it to some people. Like their names are pretty incredible. I know he's doing a good thing. I'm not gonna say a fucking word. Alright, off to Vesper Bay. You know, being level 53, I am the right level where I could pick up Red Mage or Samurai if I wanted to. I have been contemplating Red Mage. Let's skip that. I actually just find Red Mage to be quite fun. Pray seek out my son, Yozen. He can tell you more. Yeah, time to go find the kids. I'm Yozen, son of Hozen. Will you be coming with us to Ul'dah? We're here. I hear we're traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriages. They don't have chocobos in Doma. Malkaya Turalian. Maybe piloting an airship in town while not drunk. Probably a good plan. I forget where this other kid is. You know what? Let's cheat. Yeah, I do forget where this other kid is. He's not in those buildings. Could have sworn he was actually in one of the buildings, though. And of course, knowing me, I've probably run past the kids several times already and just haven't noticed. Because I could have sworn one of the kids was in a house or in a building. Because there was the kid on the building, the kid behind the building. That I already found. Oh, no, you're right here. Hiding behind the damn cart. That's right. His dad. Either his dad is allergic to horse birds, or he just doesn't like the smell of the chocobos. And that's why he's wearing the face mask. That's right. I actually forget how I got the Falcon originally, because I know... Was it an event or was it a pre-order item? I think it was a Stormblood pre-order item. I mean, you can get it now through other means, but... Yeah, back then I'm pretty sure it was pre-order only. Hi, Cat. Now comes charging in. Looks like she wanted to try and climb up and rest on my lap, but... Or not that much, curl up on my chest like she usually does. But since I'm not wearing a shirt, she decided not to do that. Which is good. It's quite warm in here, so... So, we don't really find out too much about this debt and these people that Yugiri is from until Stormblood. But yeah, no, she did her best to save as many as she could. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? No. It is definitely a bustling outpost frequented by adventurers. What do I have to do to be as strong as you? Buy weapons and armor from Rowena. Train every day. Fight ferocious beasts. Seek out new experiences and adventures. First one, obviously. Those kids. They are also super industrious. Alright, give me 1 sec. I will be right back.
Battery 60%. Battery 60%.
Apparently I didn't mute my mic. Oh, whatever. I'm back. Hey, Nishies. You're late. That means you missed Devin's announcement, because he actually popped into Discord with me for a bit. So, good news from him. He's fine. No cancer. You can't get better than that. Right, I gotta go to the... Yeah, so when he originally, because he showed me a picture of his foot when they suspected he had cancer, and I remember the first thing I said to him, I said, "It looks like you dropped something on your toe, and that you were going to lose that toenail." And he's like, and you know, of course, we didn't know for sure at the time, but yeah, turns out that's exactly what it was. Yeah, no, it's great news. I mean, as Dev and I have both also said very clearly, it's a double-edged sword, because it also means we're stuck with him. I mean, to be fair, my response to him after that was, well, I've already been stuck with you for 11 years. What's another 11? Yeah, I actually saw that picture. I did go and check. See, and the best part about sandworms is there's no malicious intent behind them at all. It's, you're making vibrations on the sand, they're predators, they're out looking for a snack, and you just so happen to be the first thing they come across. It's kind of like Leviathans. Hey, there's Gally. Hey, Gally, did you hear Devin's news earlier? I should do the Society's quest at some point. Or the Society's quests on my other character. Actually max out the Moogles so I can get their dance. Yes, the primal threat is there, but you know, the Domans are a great asset dealing with them. Trust me on that one. I've always liked Lady Ugiri. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with Levaiabeetus soon enough.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja.
Which of course it did not.
Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late.
You know what this means, Minfilia. You're not dumb.
Oh gods. They mean to summon Leviathan?
Incorrect. They mean to summon Levaiabeetus.
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Ugh.
Advil time.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Oh, such gifts are not truly gifts. Yet ye of simple mind shall never comprehend.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
No. That isn't the gift and knowledge he's granting.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation.
Off to Limsa we go.
I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the Echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye. A primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
Right, yeah, they don't have those in Doma. Or they do, but they don't call them that.
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Alright, off to Limsa we go. I'm going to save as many of those tickets as I can for later. Because holy shit, teleport costs later become stupid. Okay, I need to go... other side. So, honestly, of all the city leaders, Merylwib is easily not just the most badass, but also the most capable. Boobs. I mean, you're not wrong, Nichis. Merlin definitely has the booba going on. We will prevent Leviathan's return. Oh, time to fly over everything. Yeah, I am definitely a fan of the Magitech armor theme. Another down here. I don't know. Honestly, for me it's hard to say if I prefer the story in 6 over the story in 14. And for those not familiar, Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 6 are one and the same. At least in North America. Because there was an actual Final Fantasy 3 in Japan that was quite different, but out here, well, on Super NES we had Final Fantasy 2 and 3, which was actually 4 and 6 respectively. I don't want to talk to you, go away. Alright, cutscene time! No, not quite. I think I have to go and trigger the cutscene. Also, I like how her boots are pink. Well, to be fair, even personal reasons aside, the story in Final Fantasy VI was just so well written and so well done that even today, with some of the well written games that we've seen, that story is really hard to top. Okay. Well, since I usually play this as an Alra female, I'm usually the same height as Y'shtola, so it's so weird having her look up at my character. Yeah, they did a lot right with Final Fantasy VI, honestly. Yeah, it's over here. Cutscene time!
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Did I miss much?
Go, Yugiri!
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
You, Gary. Hmm. Honestly, I would totally ship Thancred and you, Gary.
To the Aetheryte!
You'll forgive me my lateness.
He's so unconcerned with what they're doing.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Zorwalkers, tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs.
Dude, salt in the wounds, that wasn't enough already. That...
Hearken to our plea.
Come on, man.
Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift. I am eternal!
Mastered the gift, have you?
O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance.
Yeah, about that.
I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
doubt that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that you're going to have another being there that's going to argue and win that argument. Because right now you're just ether, my friend.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. But it should by right be infinite.
Yeah, but you're also right next to something that's literally consuming the ether around it. What do you think? Well, I mean, I guess you wouldn't understand that, but still.
Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Tastes like Hawaiian punch. You know what? Yeah, I could see that.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Well, I mean, at that point, it wouldn't be a tidal wave, now would it? It would be a fucking tsunami. Alright, so off to Limsa. I'm gonna go grab some drinks. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, perfect timing too.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it?
I mean, Thancred asking the obvious here.
The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I...
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told.
Gee, I wonder where that may have come from. Perhaps Sid had something to do with that one?
If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
I remember the first time I saw him say that, I was like, wait, hold on. There are other sea serpents?
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Oh, Merrillib. I mean, of course she knows.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
It will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
As Hina says, can I just have a vacation? Now we get to encounter the bit where, well, why I call it Levaiabeetus at any rate. From the moment I originally saw this, I just kept up with it because it's just too funny not to call Leviathan Levaiabeetus. Oh yeah, one of the roomies also is hacking up a lung. Yeah, it's Krog. Either allergies or COVID, it'll be one or the other. So you said before you had me pick those oranges for you, and before I mucked out the chocolate stables, and before I rolled that millstone over to the mill, and also before gets up, walks away. God's man, I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? Yes, where are his pants? But yes, this is where Levaiabeetus comes from, right here. Ahem. The tale of Tractum's epic victory over the dread primal Levaiabeetus. You give me 1 second. I am going to send that to Davin. Now, Levaiabeetus is huge, make no mistake. I'm not saying the rest of that out loud. Fuck that. It's embarrassing. Rogan, they just exist with no pants. And you know what, Gally? You know what? Yes, I agree. I was like his face tattoo, little chocobo. Let's face it, both the Rogadin and the Lalafels are the joke races. Yeah, no, almost every mail row I've come across is just a meme. I mean, we all know I'm impartial to the Dragon Girls. But I will say, the Viera are also quite appealing. Actually, shockingly, male Viera look pretty nice too. Like, they're really dapper. You know, given the changes that they've made to the game, I'm actually surprised that they don't allow for more facial customization than what we have. I mean, it's not like it's not like they have to support the PS3 anymore. They have a lot more hardware capability to work with. I know the main limitations that they used to have to deal with was because of the PS3. Yeah, and I mean, they have had every opportunity to advance a lot of things, especially to do with the character creator. The fact that we're only just now getting the graphics engine updates, I mean, they look great, but it's like... Oh, absolutely, they could have done better. But again, given the fact that it's, you know, spaghetti code game, what they've done has actually been pretty solid. But again, because we're no longer supporting the PS3, they could rewrite so much of this game. They just don't. Yeah, I mean, that's where I was going with the rest of that statement, though. I mean, half the reason why this game is the way it is because it used to have to support PS3. They haven't had to support PS3 in, like, fucking years. Yeah, the WoW housing system. Well, I mean, thank goodness they finally added one. Yep, WoW has a housing system now. Don't get me wrong, I agree. It's definitely, you know, too little too late for the stuff that they've added to WoW. They could have done so much more, so much sooner. But admittedly, with Final Fantasy XIV, it is kind of getting to the same point where it's like there's a lot that they could have done, but they didn't. Bye-bye, Levaiabeetus. Alright, back to Limsa. Thank you for Purdy Galley. I'm not sure how much more is going to get done because I got half an hour. But with Ramu showing up fairly soon. Yeah, I've got some games on my backlog to finish up, but I've been having too much fun with Zenless lately.
We
we Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now,
so
we owe in no small part to you.
I'm going to say this. As much as I love Final Fantasy XIV, there is so much that they could do with this game that they really do need to get down, to get around to dealing with. They just haven't. Character customization needs to be vastly improved. The housing system has been a constant pain in the ass, and the glamour system. Those three things, there is no excuse for them to be the way they are anymore. In Stormblood, because I think Stormblood was the last expansion the PS3 supported. Okay, fine. Whatever. But you know what? No, they actually stopped support at Stormblood. Heavensward, I think, was the last PS3 entry. Because they expanded the maps. That was one of the big reasons why they were able to do that. So they have absolutely no excuse. None at all. Like, the technical limitations of that hardware are no longer a thing. So what's the problem?
Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally.
And to be fair, for the longest time, they just leaned on how good their story was as being like the main draw. It's like, yeah, people could overlook the failings because of how good the story was. And then Dawn Trail happened.
On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
Have a good night, Gally.
Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
I guess she's looking off to the side. Again, she knows.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Well, I mean, he was actually also a gladiator before taking up the rogue's daggers.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
The hell?
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Well, once he hit Ulda, he became a gladiator.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Yeah, this is also where you learn about the Rogues Guild.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
That is logic you will come to regret. Alright, we are at 9:30. You know what? Let's see, what did he have me do first? Okay, I have to go see the fraternity. Blah, 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 blah. I've already been down there because I actually have rogues, I have rogue levels on this guy. You Gary of Doe, what's his? You know, I could actually technically become a ninja right now if I wanted. I think. Let's see. No, I'm 5 levels off. Okay, off to the Rising Stones. Yeah, Krog is dying. Of course, Thancred is buttering up Flamen. Not that I necessarily blame him.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time.
Yeah, it will all.
For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight.
I mean, to be fair, if it wasn't for the fact Leviathan actually ate the Elder, we would have no idea.
With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my...
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady.
Oh no.
It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
What?
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
So,
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
Well, we've seen what Ultima can do.
12 preserve.
Such devastation, yes.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
'Twas not my intent.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
All right. So, with that, I am actually going to stop here. we are going to pop to Just Chatting. Hi. Okay, so yeah, let's make no mistake. The story in Final Fantasy XIV is just—it's absolutely amazing. And dear Lord, that coughing is very loud. I mean, I get it. I get it. It's Krog has for sure at best a chest cold. So, and apparently now the little human has it too. So, you know, there's that. I stay sequestered away in my room, so, you know. We shall see how that we shall see how that serves me. All right, so I'm thinking I am probably gonna. Well, again, depends on. Yeah, it was a cough. I got nothing else really to say about it. So I'm thinking, depending on how I'm doing, awake-wise on Saturday after lunch and whatnot, I may do a Gundam stream on Saturday. And then obviously my usual on Sunday. But we shall see. We shall see what happens. But yeah, other than that, I will be back again on Friday with Division 2. I will be starting earlier than usual because Hina is bumping her schedule earlier by an hour, which makes sense. She wants to try and fix her sleep schedule. I am 100% behind that. So, and yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. So thank you everyone for coming out tonight. It was good seeing all of you. I will go see who it is that we can raid and hang out with. And wait, no. Wrong button. Let's see, who can we raid? Oh, right. I have to fucking refresh this. Okay, well, let's see. Hina's on, but she's going to be finishing up pretty soon. You know, Loli is on. She's playing Persona 3 Reload. I don't know. Ooh, Nixie's on. What did I raid Nixie? Did I raid Nixie recently? Yeah, I raided her within the past month. Though I do like hanging out with Nixie. Was Cyrene on? Let's see, Hara's on. Haven't hung out with Hara in a bit. Let's see if Cyrene's on first, because if Cyrene's on, I want to go pop in and say hi. I see Mizu's on too, but I also rated her. Oh, I haven't rated her in the last. No, so she's not. She's she's rebroadcasting somebody. Weird. Yeah. Okay. So no, they're not on. So who have I not rated in the past 30 days? Hara. Yeah, let's go hang out with her. Let's go say hi. It's been a little while since we've hung out with her. She is currently playing Call of Duty World at War. She plays a lot of war games, which is pretty awesome. She's also a very interesting individual, does a lot of history streams, by the way. So, definitely recommend giving her some time to just yap with and listen to what she's got to say. And yeah, so we're going to give her a raid. Again, thank you guys for coming out and hanging out tonight. And I will see all of you guys on Friday. On Friday. Fuck. I'll see all of you on Friday. Y'all have a good night. I'll catch all of you later.